All right, everybody. Hey, welcome. We are here at Granville Chrysler. Zep, isn't this an exciting day?
It's a great day at Granville Chrysler.
So it's been almost 2 years since January 2020 when the tradition of the Cheetah began. And actually, was it 2020 or 2021 now? It's 2020. Yeah. And all these months later, Granville Chrysler is the final first Cheetah. Is that correct?
The final first Cheetah.
We get to celebrate this day, this special day where we get to award the last first Cheetah. Wait, who's that?
Sam, this is Kyle representing Zeigler Subaru Maryville. How you doing?
Wait, Kyle, what's up?
Well, hey, I really, pardon the interruption here, Zepp, and I'm not trying to take any glory.
I was going to say you're interrupting.
But I and you'll like this though, Zepp. I think you'll like this. So I am a man of integrity.
Yeah.
I do have to admit,
of course, you're a Subaru. Yeah, go ahead.
That Zeigler Subaru Maryville is still on the hunt for a Cheetah.
Well, no way. Wait, you're saying Subaru has not received the Cheetah yet? You have not won the Cheetah yet?
We are still hunting for the Cheetah. But I will say this. We are tied for first going into Saturday with this month. So my buddy Will over there at Orland Park BMW, watch out. We're coming for you.
Watch out, Will. All right. Well, so now we can no longer call this the final first Cheetah. It's the second to last first Cheetah.
I just want to ask you, Kyle, why haven't you won it yet?
Oh, wow. I love it.
I wanted you to have the opportunity to step up first there, Zep.
Okay, well,
congratulations.
We did. We obviously beat you. So good luck taking it from Granville.
Congratulations, sir.
So before,
no, thank you.
So before we talk about what it's going to take, Kyle, for you and the team at Subaru to win this thing, isn't it interesting and cool how at the Zeigler Auto Group we are set apart in our culture by celebrating the first Cheetah winners as much as we've celebrated those later on down the road? Like, you had a huge party here today, did you not, Zach?
Yeah, we had a great deal today. Our administrative staff set up everything. We had great lunch from Manelli's, a local place. Aaron Zeigler came up and he gave a great speech, and we had probably 95% participation from the whole dealership.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was wonderful.
And you have had an epic tenure with Cheetah this past month. So we're going to come back and we're going to learn more about that. But first, we want to actually bring Kyle. We're going to come back to you next month. So you better win this thing in next month. Otherwise, this thing will never end, the first final Cheetah. So thanks, Kyle, for being here. So let's bring on two people that have been key and crucial throughout the world of Cheetah. David Putz, Brown and Brown, welcome.
How are you?
Hey, David.
Thanks for having me.
David.
What's up, Putsy? And then from our corporate offices in Kalamazoo, Michigan, Zeigler Auto Group CFO Dan Scheid. Dan, welcome.
Hey, Zepper. Good to see you on camera, man.
I see that.
So, David, take us back to the beginning. It's crazy. If we remember what Cheetah means and what it stands for, the Cheetah is actually a symbol of Brown and Brown, adopted and borrowed by the Zeigler Auto Group. Tell us what the Cheetah means to Brown and Brown. And then, Dan, will you walk us through how we've adopted it and created the tradition out of it these past couple of years?
Yeah, absolutely, Sam. And thank you. And again, congrats, Zep. That's a very cool accomplishment. Can't wait to hear next month that Kyle brought things to the finish line. So we'll be counting on you, Kyle. But yeah, when I think about the Cheetah and 2 years ago, Sam, you and Dan and Aaron were talking about, hey, we need to have a cool trophy, something that can travel, that means something culturally to our organization. And, when we were making the presentation and talking about the program that we were putting together, we had the blue-eyed Cheetah on the proposal. And when we talk about the Cheetah at Brown and Brown, it goes all the way back to, our founder, Hyatt Brown, who, it was just a simple rule, which was, we're a collection of salespeople. And if you don't get up and hunt every single day, then you don't eat. And the Cheetah was the one that was most well prepared to hunt because
He's
it was
fast.
the fastest land animal.
Yes.
It could switch gears, very quickly in direction. And so this really got back to a thing for us culturally at Brown and Brown to say, look, if you're going to eat, then you better go hunt every single morning. And you don't eat just because you ate yesterday doesn't mean you get to eat today. But what I would tell you is that I think, in all sincerity, as proud as we are with the Cheetah at Brown & Brown, you guys have taken it to a whole nother level.
So, David, that's what I was just going to say. For all that you've done, just like Oldsmobile said, it's not your granddad's Cheetah, right, Dan? And so the Zeigler Auto Group, we have adopted this as a symbol of power, of speed, of agility, of hunting as a pack and individually. And this has grown to become a team recognition unrivaled by any other auto group in the entire country. I know of no one else that has a statue like this that symbolizes and is emblematic of what it is. Dan, tell us a little bit about it, what it means here to us as an auto group.
Yeah, and to build on what David was saying, if you really go back when we made the decision to go to, to go to Brown & Brown to partner with us on this, we actually met with Powell Brown, the CEO, at his house. Okay, so this gives you a little idea of what Powell's all about and what he sets in terms of the standard for his organization. So he has a potential business partner, a client, come and meet with him at his house. So Aaron, myself, David were there, and he talked about the vision of Brown & Brown, and Aaron and I were listening to this and really kind of, impressed by it. Fast forward, made the decision. We spent some time, and then Powell actually addressed the entire team. If you remember, he came on camera, and we had our first, intro to Brown & Brown, and Powell came on and inspired us all, and really that kind of kicked it off. And so what Brown & Brown has done as an organization to build this world-class national, one of the largest agencies, conglomerates in the space that they operate in, we've looked at that and said, we want to do the same, right? And so, yes, we borrowed their Cheetah, okay? And we've done some pretty cool things with it.
We made it our own.
We've made it our own. We really have, and I think they're okay with that. But, if you look at Zeigler, so we now have 35 locations and 2,700 employees, and you take your F&I offices and you've got 70, 80, 90 F&I managers who are all a part of this. And really, it's everybody beyond that. But the bigger we become, the closer we become. And that's a little bit of a paradox, right? And so that's a testament to what everybody's done to respond to the challenge of the Cheetah. And so, Zep, I'm glad you're part of the party now. I actually had into this. The club. I was sitting on the side, so that was a little surprise to me too, right? So he'll be part of it. But congrats, Zep, being part of the part of the winner's circle, the top of the board. But that's what it is. So that's we're going to continue to build off this.
Hey,
so
and Sammy,
yes, Putz.
Sam, real quick too. The one thing I would say too that I think as a person who gets to see a lot of different automotive groups and good automotive groups across the country, the one thing that I continue to be more impressed with and that sets Zeigler apart, is number one, you all compete against each other, but there is nobody better at working as a team and absolutely just kicking the industry's ass. And that's what you guys have done, month in, month out in every market that you have. And that's the power of that team and the power of the pack, right? The power of a pack of cheetahs hunting in a pack. So I can absolutely tell you, there is nobody that competes harder than the Zeigler Automotive Group. And I'm proud to be a small part of that as well.
Well, David, we appreciate you being here to celebrate this moment. Now we turn to Zep to ask the question, what did it take as a team to gather together and achieve and accomplish this? And then after you answer that, just so you're thinking ahead, what are some of the unique things you did with Cheetah? Because, David, I can tell you, no matter what Brown & Brown has done with this thing, this Cheetah's been in places you guys could never imagine just over the last 30 days, let alone the last 2 years. So, Zep, what did it take to get this award as a team over this past month?
First of all, consistency with all of our sales processes, and we had to stay with it all the way from the lining statements from the salespeople to desking the proper way, to going out second, third closes on Z-Guard. Will Walton he set a great example. Best practice. Every time in Lowell, which, by the way, they have won this Cheetah. Yeah. Every time they don't sell a Z-Guard, they go back in with that strip. Yeah. And they go for at least one last.
Because there's so much value to that. It's insane not to be able to relay that and convey that to the customer.
So, yeah, we adapted a lot of their same strategies there, but it was every single day just concentrating, keeping awareness up on our numbers, and we achieved it. And it was all a team thing from the detail shop who was applying the Z-Guard every day to service guys getting the cars in and out, the administrative staff, and then obviously F&I, sales, and sales management.
So I got a question. I hear this sometimes. I hear, hey, you know what? That one product, it doesn't really count for F&I because it's the salespeople that do it, or it's the desk that does it, or it's service that advocates best for it. What do you say to somebody that says it's one person that should be responsible, not the whole team, versus this goal, which is a team goal? This is a team effort, right? It's not an individual effort.
Yeah, there's no individuality on this thing. This is all a team. One person can't do it. Sales, F&I, sales management, they can't do it. It's all of them.
One goal, one team, one Zeigler, right?
And the Cheetah has seen quite a few bars in the Granville area. It's been up in a balloon. It's been on a boat.
Photos have been incredible. Tell us,
bowling alley.
tell us before we go to the bowling alley. Tell us, because Derek's not here. Tell us about the Zeigler Auto Group hot air balloon. There's no other auto group that I'm aware of anywhere in the nation, anywhere in the world that has a hot air balloon. Zeigler has one. There are festivals around here where they celebrate the balloon. Tell us what happened with the balloon.
Well, I don't know exactly what happened. I wasn't on that ride here.
Guess who was?
I know Mike was. Mike, why don't you take it?
Mike, tell us.
Yes, it was actually on September 9, which I remember because it was my birthday, and I got to celebrate that by watching my son Nate, who's now a finance manager for Zepp in Granville, go up with Derek Jones, world-renowned balloon pilot and manager here in Granville, with the Cheetah. And it was an incredible experience. And that was at the Wayland Balloon Fest. They went up with about 15 other balloons, Sam. So
That's
incredible
awesome.
Evening. And
That's
neat
awesome.
seeing Warren T enjoy his first balloon ride.
That's awesome.
By the way, Derek just left with our balloon, not the Cheetah, to the Albuquerque Balloon Festival, which I guess is the biggest one in the world.
So check that out, right?
Yeah.
A lot of good things
But
come
this
from that.
Zeigler balloon will be up in the air in Albuquerque.
That's awesome. So Zepp is recognized across the group as being a developer, a leader of men and women, someone that takes people and gives them opportunities they may not otherwise have. Talk to us a little bit about what it means to you to have that as a reputation across the auto group. And you know, do you have a tip for us as far as a leadership advice on how you approach that and how you help people grow and develop?
Well, first of all, I feel it's great to see guys like Kevin Gaylor, Steve Sobel, Bob Keel. These are guys from the 90s who just made it up. Chad Vandenberg, Jake Shook. There's a whole ton of them. And now we got another group, including Mike's son. I think he's 20. Nate, a 20-year-old F&I guy.
Yeah.
But I think for all you other GMs out there, if you see young talent, don't ever be afraid if they're trained properly because of their age to put them in a position you think they can handle. And as long as they're trained properly and you support them, they'll make it. Forget the age. The age does not matter.
Yeah. That's awesome. All right, Mike, who do we have up next?
Well,
Zepp, thank you, man. We appreciate you. Congratulations on the award. So
thanks, Zepp. Great job. Next, we actually have my son, Nate Van Ryn, up next.
All right. Okay, actually, we're skipping from Nate, and we're going to Jim.
He's with
Freeworth.
a customer.
Jim Freeworth, come
Jim
on in.
Freeworth.
David,
is
stick
next.
around with us. Dan Scheid, we appreciate you being on here. We'll come back to you our next show when we're awarding Subaru Merrillville the award. So we appreciate you being here. David, you've got to stick with us as we interview Mr. Jim Freeworth. Mike is going to take the helm on that.
So, Jim, when you first took over the Granville store, talk to us about your impressions walking into the store, what you noticed, because we're huge on culture, right?
And culture is what it is. I mean, when I first walked in from the very first day, from Zepp on down, you could feel all of the camaraderie, the teamwork, and everything else between everybody in the store. Zepp does a great job of filtering it down through the staff to Mark Van Dyken and everybody else. And you can, it's always that way from the start. Everybody seems to be comfortable and everybody works together.
Sure. What really drives you? What drives you to do what you do day in and day out? What makes it worth it?
I think just basically all the years I had in the car business now translates into this, and I get to help people every day, and we get to see improvements, and it's actually measured. You can see it every day. You can see it going up, and it's just nice to see people like Nate, who's new to the business, succeed, and that's just important.
Absolutely. And you do a lot of support throughout our group, and for you to see people succeed, see teams succeed, that's got to be what it's all about for you.
Total win. It's a win for Brown & Brown. It's a win for Zeigler's organization. So when you have that, that's what it's all about.
Absolutely. And we thank you, Jim, for all that you do. We thank you for being engaged, helping our teams develop and grow, and also putting those challenges out there and holding them accountable, right?
Absolutely.
So,
We appreciate all everybody does here and the teamwork that everybody has toward us and how the hospitality you guys all have toward us in the stores. Thank you.
Thanks, Jim. Hey, Sam, we're bringing in Mark Van Dyken, the general sales.
All right, come on in, Mark.
Granville Chrysler. Mark, thanks for being with us.
No problem.
Mark, talk to us about your years' experience in the business. How many years have you been in this business?
16 years.
And in those 16 years, you've had a lot of success. You've had some highlights. Talk to us about winning this award and what it means to you and also to your team.
So winning this award for me was the ultimate show of teamwork, right? Starts with Aaron, trickles down. You've got to get this award. The salesperson has to work for the finance manager. The finance manager has to work for the salesperson. The desk manager has to hold up the process. You don't win this unless everybody's on the same page. Like no individual can win this award.
Absolutely. Well said. I know you had some fun times with the Cheetah. What's one that stands out to you in celebration?
We took the Cheetah out to the Holiday in Grand Rapids. It decided to go a couple other places. Might have been some alcoholic beverages enjoyed with the Cheetah. He's kind of a quiet guy, but it was a good time.
Fantastic. And Mark, you guys hit a huge success here with your team in Granville. Who are some people maybe that you want to thank?
So, I mean, Rich Snay, he wasn't on the call, but obviously, Nate Van Ryn, Rich Snay, the desk people, obviously the whole sales team. And it takes more than that to do it, right? It takes the whole dealership. You got to service the cars right. You got to take the cars in right. I mean, it's literally Granville deserves thanks for the award.
Yeah, absolutely. The whole entire team in Granville, great leadership, great development of others, and also great service with our customers as well, right?
Oh, absolutely.
So thanks, Mark, for all you do. We appreciate you.
No problem. Thanks for having me on.
All right, Keith is next up.
Keith Cox.
How you doing?
Operations Director here in Granville. Keith, you're a huge part of the team here and the success that we've had in Granville. Talk to us about what winning this award and then seeing you there, having lunch with your team today, with everyone else, all the other departments means a lot.
Oh yeah. I mean, to have us all work together to get this goal, it's really cool to be a part of this. It really is. To have all my guys together and support, sales on this win. It's a great win for them. It's a great win for the whole dealership. Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, and Keith, actually, so here's a question we have for you,
Sure.
right?
Sure.
So most auto dealerships, the fixed ops, which is service,
Correct.
are very separate from sales.
Yeah.
That's not the case
No,
here.
not at all.
The
Not at
culture
all.
here is totally different.
Yes.
And why
yes.
is that? Where does that come
Well, it
It's
comes
a-
from
it's
all
one
of us.
team,
It
one
comes
goal,
from all
one
of us
Zeigler.
working together.
Yeah.
Okay. So the culture's kind of embedded that we all want to get along. We all want to work together. We all want to make the dealership the best.
Yeah.
One department is not going to be able to do that. It's the entire dealership.
Why do some dealer groups out there, why does sales fight with service? It makes no sense. It doesn't deliver the best to the customer. It's not in the customer's
Yeah.
best interest. Here, there are no walls, no barriers. It's one team, one goal, one Zeigler, right?
It is for sure. And that's what I'm happy to be a part of. I've been in other dealerships that worked what I call the old school way.
Yeah.
I don't like working like that. I want to get along with everybody. We're all doing the same thing to get to the same goal.
So from talking to Zepp and everyone else, this is as much about the service department as it is about sales, as it is about the office. Right?
Oh yeah. I mean, the invite to come up and have lunch and celebrate with sales. I mean, that says it all right there.
Yeah. So what did service do with the Cheetah? Did you guys take it out yet?
We
There's
did
still a
not.
couple
We did
nights.
not touch
Wait,
the
there's
Cheetah.
time left.
Oh,
There's time left.
With my guys,
Come
I
on.
just know that that's probably not a great idea.
No?
We'll look at it from afar. I don't want to get the Cheetah broken. Okay. So
We
I'd
can't
like to
have
keep
nice
the Cheetah.
things? Is
No,
that
we
what you're
can't have
saying?
nice things. No, these guys try to break everything. Okay. Yeah. They enjoy breaking everything.
That's awesome. Well, Keith Cox, we
All right.
absolutely appreciate you being here.
Thank you
Thanks
very
for being
much.
part of Team Zeigler.
Thanks. I appreciate
Thanks for
it.
helping
Thank
us
you, sir.
know this first final Cheetah, which actually is not the first final Cheetah, because the first final Cheetah will end up being Subaru when they earn it. But thank you for being
Thanks,
here.
Keith. Hey, Sam, we got to bring over Rich Snay. Rich is an instrumental part of this dealership. And how many years do you have in here, Rich, in Granville?
Almost 18.
Oh, my goodness. We both started around the same time together and been through a lot together. It's so neat to see you guys win this award as a team. I know it means a ton to you because you've been striving for it for a long time. Tell us what it means to win this award.
It just means a lot to the whole team. We couldn't have done it without anybody on this team. It took everybody. So It's a great feeling, finally.
Absolutely. We've got an amazing culture here at Team Zeigler in Granville. And I know you're proud of what you do for your customers, proud of what you do for your team.
Yep.
Congrats on this success. What does it mean to you to be able to work with your son Justin, in the dealership?
I can't even explain it, to be honest. It's probably one of the coolest things I've ever done. I was afraid for it at first because I thought, oh, this could be bad, but it's been probably one of the greatest experiences in my life. So it's cool. Yeah.
And we can tell by your body language just how special it is to you. And
Yeah.
Justin's top sales and does backup F&I in Granville, does an exceptional job. And, we appreciate him, and we appreciate also Team Zeigler that we're allowed to work with family.
Yeah.
And that it's encouraged. So it's fantastic. So congrats on that. And also personally, I want to thank you for everything you've done for Nate and invested with him and helped him succeed in F&I as a partner with you. So congrats on your success.
Thank you.
So, Mike, speaking of sons, your son works in the finance department here, which truly is unique because in a lot of leadership positions, you're not allowed to work around family, which is crazy. We spend more time here at the car dealership than we do anywhere else. Why not?
We do.
Why not be together as a family? Because we are truly family. We are one team, one goal, one Zeigler. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to talk to your son because he's busy working, right? But we have a challenge for everybody across Team Zeigler, right? So Subaru Merrillville, it's your turn. You've got to bring this baby home. You're the last store to come and get this. So to you, we say, earn this. And then to everyone else, now the challenge isn't everybody getting it at some point or another. Now the challenge is, how many times do we get it? David, any thoughts on who will win this contest? Right now, it's Mercedes-Benz Hoffman Estates has the most number of wins. But really, that contest begins in earnest now that everyone has had a shot at this Cheetah.
So you want my prediction on who I think is actually going to come through and have the most Cheetah wins?
Yes.
Oh, I got to tell you something. That is a loaded question, Sammy.
It is a loaded question. It's meant to be loaded. That's why we ask.
You know what? It is a loaded question. I think it'd be really hard to bet against Charlie and Dave and the team at Hoffman Estates, Mike Conley, not to mention Jim Devitt and the support. So you know what? I'm going to stick with Mercedes-Benz Hoffman Estates, but ultimately, Sammy, we're all going to win in this deal. I'm proud of the Brown & Brown team, and I'm super proud of Team Zeigler.
Yeah,
that's the easy way out. I think you took the easy way out.
That's fair. Yeah. The other thing that'll be really interesting, there's 2 or 3 more days where the Cheetah will remain here at Granville and the other stores where it sits today, including Hyundai and Toyota and Racine. So 2 in Wisconsin, 1 in Michigan. Where will they end up next month, right? Subaru's working to make that happen in Merrillville. And then what will happen with the Cheetahs on Facebook and social media for the next 2 or 3 days? Let's capitalize on that. And then next month, the winners, what will they do? So Matt, come on in. Matt Thomas, we're going to get your prediction. David, we're going to ask Matt, where do you think as you think about the end of 2022 or 2023, who will win the repeat contest for the most number of Cheetah wins over the year for 2023? Prediction.
You know what? I'm going to go with the sleeper on this one, which is Subaru of Kenosha. That team
all right.
Together.
Mike
They're moving their number up.
Great team.
And he and that team are committed to winning this thing. They won it back to back. So I'm putting my chips on them.
Absolutely.
So you know.
Absolutely.
You know, guys, before we close too, we'd be remiss if we forgot to say something about our world-class culture. And the Cheetah has just been ingrained in our culture. We do so many amazing things for our team members, our employees across the group that you got to love the Cheetah. He's ingrained in our culture. While we've got David Putz on here, David, I remember a conversation from years ago. You and I talked about how do we get better with our culture, right? And you said you got to go out there and you got to look at other world-class cultures outside of our industry. So, David, how are we doing?
I mean, look, I think that inside of the auto business, I think you guys are world-class. You know, I've said this time and time again, you know, what Aaron, Dan, Sam, Matt, the general managers, Mike, all of you have created is the closest thing to a professional or college sports team I've ever seen in my life. I mean, it's the way that everybody competes. They care about each other. They love each other. We'll compete against each other every day, but put us on the field against anybody else, and we're just better. And for that, I would tell you that there isn't a auto group that I've seen that has a culture quite like yours. It is world class, and we have to continue that.
All right, David. We absolutely
Thanks, David.
appreciate it. So coming to you for live from Granville Chrysler, the Zeigler store here in Granville, broadcasting out across the Zeigler Auto Group on the Team Zeigler Facebook page and on the YouTube page. We're excited to see where we land next month. Cheetahs will get announced next week, Wednesday on our Thursday F&I call. We may actually even have a special announcement or two tomorrow or Friday as part of the GM call. But to the entire Team Zeigler, thanks for making this tradition so exciting and keeping it alive all these months. And we're excited to see where it'll land next. But for now, congratulations to Team Granville for winning it this month. And with that, we never know how to end this.
Is it a wrap? Is that a wrap?
I'm just going to press the end because I don't know how else to do it. So we'll catch you on
Great job, Granville.
Be on the podcast Monday. Thanks, everybody. Bye. I really don't know.